Hello and a very warm welcome. Imola race reaction as Lewis Hamilton wins, gets very lucky from a virtual safety car, and Mercedes have become history makers by winning 7 constructors in a row. We saw Max have a huge rear failure, was it a tyre failure, we don't know, and we see George Russell make a rookie error. Stroll breaks his win, Sebastian Vettel spun Kevin Magnussen, no further action. Giovinazzi gains positions again, really good at starts, is the Italian. Gasly retires, which was a huge shame considering how good his quali was. 14 laps in, looks like it's going to be follow the leader, which it did become. Lewis extending the stint. Max pitted, Bottas covered, Lewis stayed out, and then he gets lucky because Esteban Ocon retired, brought out a virtual safety car, free pit stop Hamilton. Leclerc, great pass on Magnussen, and then Perez stayed out and overcut 6 people, was on for the podium after Max's retirement, and then Racing Point have thrown away a podium. It's crazy. Yeah, so Hamilton gained massively from the VSC. I actually feel for Bottas, he got pretty shafted. He had damage all the way through the race, and Lewis got lucky. Ferrari then make Sebastian Vettel's pit stop about 10 seconds. I mean, Seb's had the worst season possible, and then Ferrari can't even get the pit stops right. They owe Vettel a huge apology. Bottas error, Max gets him. Bottas locked up, went through the gravel, Max got him, and then Max had a massive failure, retired. And then under the safety car, George Russell, on for his first points. I'm a huge Russell fan. He bottled it. It's inexcusable what he did. He dropped it under the safety car, like Grosjean in Baku. Terrible by Russell. Albon spins, and that basically guarantees he's out. Not good enough. Grosjean 5-second penalty for track limits. Lewis Hamilton wins again. Another different circuit he's won at. Bottas made a couple of mistakes, had damage all the way through the race. Daniel Ricciardo gets another podium, his 2nd of the season. Kvyat, 4th, unbelievable effort by the Russian, my star of the race. Leclerc, 5th, solid. Sergio Perez, 6th, should have been on for the podium, but Racing Point pitted him under the virtual safety car. They've bottled a podium. 7th, Carlos Sainz. 8th, Norris. 9th, Kimi Raikkonen. Great points for Alfa Romeo. Kimi Raikkonen won it officially, driver of the day. 9th, Kimi. 10th, Giovinazzi. 11th, Latifi. Very strong. Then I think Grosjean got a penalty for basically track limits, so it's going to be 12th Seb, 13th Stroll, Grosjean will 14th, Albon 15th. He's got to be out the sport for me. Maybe out the sport's a bit too much, but Tsunoda and Gasly are basically confirmed at AlphaTauri, so he is going to be out the sport, Albon. There's no way Red Bull can keep him. Dropped it all by himself. Shocking by Albon. DNFs, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen. Had a headache complaining every time he shifted gears. Max, rear right suspension failure, tyre failure. And George Russell drops it under the safety car. Fastest lap, Lewis Hamilton. Race rating, 2 out of 10. It was follow the leader, impossible to overtake. Imola has a great history and will be always remembered for where we lost the greatest driver. But we can't return to Imola next year because the racing's not good enough. Star of the race, Danny Kvyat. Imola race reaction, no footage. Hamilton gets a lucky VSC win, and Mercedes 7 constructors in a row. You think of the dominance of Ferrari and the Schumacher days, the Red Bull days. Mercedes have taken it to a new level, and it will be 8 in a row. 8, 7 today. They'll win it next year as well. 8 in a row. This Mercedes team are phenomenal. Black car. I mean, I've got to admit, I really like the black car, but it's history. Mercedes. I'm gutted. Deep down, I'm really angry for George Russell. He was in the points. In the points! Are you kidding me? After everything I've said about you, you deserve the Mercedes seat. You deserve to stay in Formula 1. You're in the points and you make the biggest rookie mistake you can make. And I'm angry, I'm gutted for him because he was on for points. All he has to do is go round and round and round. You can't overtake. He was on for points. And he's made a huge mistake. Inexcusable, George Russell. I love the guy. I think he's a future world champion. But you can't make mistakes like that at this level. Albon, again, drops it under no pressure. Just nowhere. Nowhere. Not good enough to drive the Red Bull. It's absolutely shocking. I mean, harsh on Max as well. He passed Valtteri Bottas, forced Bottas into a mistake. And then, I don't know what happened. Was it a suspension? Was it tyre? Looked more like tyre to me. Gasly, heartbreaking for him considering his quali and the Senna tribute helmet. Ocon, bruised by Ricciardo. Ricciardo benefits. What a racing point doing as well. Sergio Perez did an amazing first stint. He jumped 6 people. 6 people. Was on for 4th. Max went out. He was on for a podium. And then they pit him under the virtual safety car when if he'd have stayed out he would have got a podium. Crazy by Racing Point. So Racing Point have basically handed a podium to Ricciardo and Renault. Hey up, Toto Wolff's getting an interview. Wow, this Mercedes team will go down in F1 history. Are they the greatest team? I don't know, but not for me to discuss on my race reaction, but wow. History makers. Toto Wolff, what a job. Niki Lauda. It all started with Ross Brawn. Niki Lauda, who's no longer with us. Now Toto Wolff at the helm. Wow. Yeah, it wasn't a good race. It was follow the leader. Very difficult to overtake. You have to give it a 2 out of 10 rating. Star of the race. Many people could get it. Ricciardo, another podium. I give it Kvyat. I think that's good. Considering he's basically out the sport, to put in a 4th place is fantastic. Kimi Räikkönen also with a top job, P9. Look at that. 2014 to 2020, 7 titles. Ferrari domination, McLaren domination, Williams and Mercedes, 7 in a row. Wow. And it will be 8 next year. Qualifying reaction, race reaction. Join me for driver ratings tomorrow as we return to Imola for the first time since 2006. I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, as he's up there. I'm elated he's won, but he got very lucky today. And I do feel like Mercedes pretty much shafted Bottas because Max pitted. Bottas covered him because he's in the lead. And then they should have pitted Hamilton, but they let Hamilton stay out. Why did they let Hamilton stay out, you ask? He's the number 1 in the team. Quite clearly, because when Bottas asked for the soft tyre at Portimao, they didn't let him. Wait there, just gotta get me charger. Plug me charger in. There we go. Yeah, so there we have it, race reaction. There's silver arrows dominating the sport. But they're not silver this year, are they? Gotta plug this in. I'm running out of charge. Yeah. Here we go, round the final corner, Lewis Hamilton. Very lucky win, gotta say, very lucky win. But once again, beautiful safety car restart. Going round the track side by side. This team has dominated the sport. Wow, what a genius move by Hamilton to move to this great team. Bottas, Hamilton having a cuddle. Wow. Unbelievable. We've witnessed history today. We witnessed history in Portimao as Hamilton broke the record. And today we witness 7 consecutive Constructors Championships. Mercedes AMG Petronas. History makers. Wow. What a team. I've got to say my favourite F1 team is McLaren. It always will be. Obviously I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. I support whoever Lewis, I want the team to do well, whoever Lewis's drives for, but I wouldn't say I'm a Mercedes fan. I'm a McLaren fan. McLaren had a tough weekend in all fairness, but Yeah, I do miss Hamilton driving for McLaren, but of course he's winning, dominating the sport. Here comes Ricciardo. He'll be getting... Here comes Ricciardo. Old shoey time. I wonder if he'll actually remember to do it this time. He's even gone to the wrong step on the podium. Wow. We'll hear God Save the Queen again. Lewis Hamilton just dominating. I mean, you know what's going to happen. You tune into Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton wins by a country mile. Bottas is very good on a Friday and Saturday, but then we'll bottle it on Sunday. Albon is literally can't perform and has to be gone. Finished. He's finished. Adios. It's honestly criminal what he's doing in that Red Bull. Criminal. I'll say it how it is. Many people sit on the fence, don't give an honest opinion. Albon's performances are shocking. Absolutely awful. Season's nearly over. I mean, we have a week off now, then we go to Turkey, back-to-back Bahrains, and then finish at Abu Dhabi. Obviously, it's been amazing just to get this season going. I'm going to watch the podium ceremony now. Lewis Hamilton wins the Imola Grand Prix, and another circuit he has conquered. He was very lucky today. I'll say it how it is. I'm a Hamilton fan, I want him to win, of course. He was extremely lucky once again today. It has to be said. I mean, it's literally couldn't have gone any more perfect. He's staying out, he's increasing the gap. It's going to be very close between Bottas and Max. Where's Hamilton going to come out? Ocon's car goes up, and oh, VSC, Hamilton pits straight back out in the lead. There we have it. Get in there, Lewis. Where's me stop button?